you are a family man.
Yes.
How do you strike that balance with everything in place and tough moments like the ones we had, and as well now today expected to lead a generation of profession?
Well, people say work-life balance, but I never say there's really a balance. There are times I just have to shelve matters LSK and focus on family. There are times you have to focus more on LSK because that situation needs that kind of drive and leadership.
What time do you wake up to balance this? How does your day look like?
Well, before all the security concerns, I used to have gym in my balance, like 5:30, but now gym is totally not there. So I would say I wake up early and spend more of that time with my spouse, and then my child, if I'm dropping him to school for the days that it's possible for me, or I'm either having a meeting and briefings on what's happening in the situation and what can we do differently and better. Then of course office. Here he struggles more. I think my partners are trying to really hold fort for me because this has suffered more than anything. If I don't have evening meetings, I try the moment I get into the house to just set the phone aside. Okay, of course, the Mandamano period, it was not possible because you'd receive calls 24 hours, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you're always on speed dial. I think my number became a public phone, like our toll-free line at some point.
Now that you've spoken of you being called to morning, night, throughout the night, and I was wondering, how about your spouse? There are people who cannot tolerate that. Did you know that?
We had this discussion because I was vice president, and it wasn't as heavy, or we didn't have a situation like this that we've had in our country. But he sort of understood the pressures of the travel, the early morning meetings, late night meetings. So he sort of understood that. And when we were vying for president, I told him, it would mean now I'm the head. Yeah, I'm the head. It's not a situation where I'm the second, that when the head is not available, I'm acting on his behalf. So this would mean I am the one at the forefront. So we had that deliberate discussion, and
he understood.
He understood, and of course there are times when it's a strain, particularly, but he's sort of understood and he sees my passion. And I think I've been in civil society. I was in FIDA Kenya before I joined Law Society. So he sort of understands the passion for service in my heart. And particularly even at this time for the Gen Zs, he was also passionate about it because he understood what it means